Well, this is gonna suck. We're here for another dip review, and it's not going to be fun. Here live in my favorite shirt. Not really live, but it is my favorite shirt. You know, sometimes you got to take one for the team. You got to take a risk, except I'm taking it for 10,000 subs and counting. I think we're at like 10.5k now, something like that. Crazy. But you know, when you have 10,000 subs, sometimes you got to live on the edge and take a risk. So that's what we're doing today. So it's a dip I've never had, but the brand I've had, different flavors, and not so good. Had the straight, and the wintergreen, lesser extent, but still. But I've never had this one. Very nervous. I left the tin uncracked. It's going to be kind of a first impression kind of thing, because I know it's going to be horrible. What is that going to be? That's going to be Longhorn mint. Shithorn mint, rather. So yeah, completely uncracked. Never got it. When I went to the store, it was the last can on the shelf. I wish they sold the natural, because I want to review that. They don't. They only have the wintergreen, straight, and mint. And it was the last mint on the shelf, and I'm like, I'll take a Longhorn mint, and the lady goes, oh, and fucking hands it to me. That's not a good sign. But anyways, we'll jump right in. I dropped my tin. And no, I don't fake that. I always drop my tin in my videos, because I always toss it up. I don't just fucking do it on purpose. No, I actually drop it all the time. But alright, let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the presentation. I hate Longhorn. I'm guessing most or all of you that are watching hate Longhorn. It's probably the most hated dip out there, and rightfully so. But I will give this to them. It's about all I'm going to give them, is that I do like the design of the tin for the way they do the warning label. Instead of it just being 33% from here, they kind of wrap it around and kind of fit it into the design. I think more dips should do that. Instead of just slapping the warning label on the bottom, kind of fit it into the design of it. Make it work. It looks nice. Looks nice. That's all I'll give it. Uncracked goodness. Not goodness. But it's uncracked. Obviously, flimsy-ass tin. Plastic lid. Plastic bottom. Date? Nope. Just a meaningless code. If anyone knows how to decode this, fine. I don't. B034D1716. Don't know what the fuck that means. But it's there. Can't smell it through the tin. Some dips, you just squeeze it. You can smell it through the uncracked tin. Stuttering. This one, can't smell anything. I don't know how fresh this tin is. Doesn't sound completely dry. I really don't know how this sells around here, because I really don't buy it. I know that the straight tin I did for the full can, which was the worst thing I've ever done in my life again. And no, I'm never going to do a full tin again, ever. So don't ask. It wasn't that dry. Not like it really fucking mattered. You can hear it bouncing around in there. It doesn't sound too dry. It probably is. So, let's go crack, and let's get unfortunately packing. I swear, it's so fucking flimsy feeling. Label makes a good amount of sound, though. Alright, let's go. Okay, before I smell it, it is pretty dark. It's nice and dark. Doesn't really have that shiny... You can't see like the salt crystal shining up at you like you can a fresh can of Cope LC or whatever, but it's pretty dark. Alright, I guess it's time to take a whiff. Okay. You know, surprisingly it doesn't smell too bad, but it's just nothing special. It just kind of smells like your generic mint. Surprisingly, it doesn't smell really artificial, and it doesn't really smell too bad. I mean, by the smell, I don't think it's going to taste too bad. I guess the more you smell it, the more of the... I don't know. It doesn't smell terrible. It's just kind of your generic plain mint, though. Nothing special about it, but I guess we're going to pack a lip. Pack a lip with me, and dear Lord, do I hope you're packing something better than this. Alright, guys. Let's go. 5. I know I say this all the time, but I can't stand it. in videos people sit there packing it for 20 minutes. And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of doing it back in the day. In my old videos, I used to do it. It's not necessary. Yeah, that made no difference whatsoever, but I still pack it in when it's new. Alright, well, I guess we're going to pack a lip here. Yeah, as I dig my fingers in this shit. Yeah. Oh, this shit doesn't want to grab together for shit. Holy fuck, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's bad. Alright. Packing it in the left, because that's my default. I only pack in the right with my left. Oh, that is too fucked. And I only pack snuff in the middle. Okay. Looks like there's a bunch of stems. It looks like a very uneven cut. Oh, falling apart. Let's throw it in. I like to match, so we are spitting in the Blue Fire Mud Jug. The fuck out of there. Is this shit even worth lining up? Barely, but I still do it. OCD motherfucker. So, my friend Mike from Skype, he describes this as tasting like urinal cakes. Or as he puts it, it tastes how urinal cakes smell. I don't get that at all. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not just gonna hate on it because everyone hates on Longhorn, because I hate Longhorn. But, it doesn't taste too bad. Like it smelled, it just kind of tastes like your generic mint. It's not quite a Skull or Grizzly mint, but it's just a plain fucking mint. Nothing too special about it, but it's not artificial, it's not terrible, it's perfectly tolerable. Just a generic mint, to summarize. Comparison? I don't know, because, like, when you dip Skull Mint, it has its own flavor, which sucks. You dip Grizzly Mint, which also sucks, it has its own flavor. Then Copenhagen Mint's perfect, Stoker's Mint's perfect. But then you kind of have just the cheaper brands like this, and Kayak and all that shit. By the way, this is made by Pinkerton. They should stick to making chew. By the way, just for the record. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just a generic mint. I don't really think I can compare it. I guess it's just like any of these cheap ones. Pretty much tastes like all of them, all the rest of them. Has a very uneven cut on it. It's just, like, randomly cut. Like, it's not a long cut or, you know, short cut. It's just kind of a random cut. Like, each strand is different length. It's fucking weird. Packability, as you saw when I grabbed it, doesn't like to pinch together well. When you go in to the tin, grab it, you kind of have to, like, squeeze it and fucking mend it yourself and just kind of shape your own lip. It doesn't just grab. And, I mean, when you pinch it, it's kind of weird. It doesn't really like to stay together. Once it's in the lip, you still do get a few floaters, but overall, it's pretty solid. Didn't expect that. So the packability's actually okay. Here's the thing with these cheap dips, though. Same goes for Kayak. Perfect example is Kayak. These cheap dips, when you pack it in your lip, it doesn't feel real. Kayak more so, it just like feels like fake. It doesn't feel like tobacco. It feels like it's fucking herbal snuff. It just doesn't feel like it's tobacco. It feels like fake. That goes for this. Texture-wise, it's very weird. I don't know. It just does not feel like real tobacco. It doesn't feel like you're packing tobacco. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. All right. So it's kind of weird. Burn. No, stuff like this in Kayak, I don't get a burn because, once again, it's like fake tobacco. Here's my theory about Kayak. I don't know about this shit, but Kayak, I swear, it's made by Swisher. And I swear that what they do is they just take their shitty cigar leftovers, chop it up, put it in a tin. Tastes Kayak grape. It tastes like a fucking grape cigar. And you have peach and apple and all that shit. I guarantee that's what they do. But we're not dipping Kayak today. I'd rather be dipping Kayak, but I'm not. But no burn. Going off on tangents that aren't even related to the list. I've had the same exact fucking list since 2011. Old shoutouts. Apparently I have math from old-ass math homework on here, too. Oh, man. This thing's old and beat up. Probably type it on the computer in case I lose it. But I haven't. I dropped the tin and that fucker rolled away from me. Right there. Yeah. Better get that. Fuck you rolling away from me and shit! I got it. Nicotine. Tell you what, I really don't get a buzz from anything anymore. I will get a buzz from Grizz Green. I will get a little buzz with Cope Snuff. For the most part, though, I never really feel a buzz. So, these cheap dips really don't carry a buzz anyways. They don't have a lot of nicotine in them. So I don't feel shit from this. Not surprised. Yeah, it's a surprisingly fresh tin, which I wasn't expecting. At least it seems fresh. It's wet. It's moist. Hate that word. I hate the word moist. Ugh, it's just a shitty word. I hate that fucking word, moist. Just sounds nasty. but get a decent amount of spit, actually, surprisingly, and it's pretty dark spit. So this tin must be somewhat fresh. Yeah, wasn't expecting that. But yeah, pretty good spit. Lastability. I'll tell you what, these cheap dips, they are not known for lasting. I guarantee, even though this is my first lip, I guarantee it's not going to last too long. It's going to lose flavor, go dry, and then start drifting apart pretty soon. That's just how these cheap dips are, typically. So I don't think it's going to last too long. And then we have the aftertaste, which I find fruit dips and mints to be the worst. Naturals and wintergreens really aren't. But the mints, I mean, it doesn't taste too bad, so it's not really going to leave an artificial mint like Grizzly would. But it will just leave that mint flavor linger in a little bit. That's just how mints are. They just carry a little flavor. Not going to be too bad. Doesn't bother me. And shoutouts. Since I'm not doing reviews every 2 days, they really build up. I have Bobby McAllister, American Smokeless Reviews, Black McSwagsley, Sean Malloy, Darkside Dipper, and MC Canadian Stereotype. And of course, big shoutouts as always to my best friends, Jabba McDippin, and Jordan the Bluegrass Dipper. Fantastic videos from both of them. Be sure to check them out. Number of subscribers. YouTube is not currently working for me right now. I don't know why. It better be later so I can upload this fucking thing, but right now it's not. But last I checked, I was at about 10.5K. Something like that. Crazy. Thank you all so much. I love you all. Keep dipping and spitting. Keep cracking and packing. Shit like that. And why did I say that instead of that? I don't know. Alright. The rating of Longhorn Mint. It's not nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit that because it's Longhorn, but it's not terrible. Not great by any means, trust me, but it's not terrible. So I'm going to give it I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Perfectly tolerable, not perfect by any stretch of the means, but it is okay. I'll get through the tin just fine. Yeah, it's just kind of there. Probably never buy it again. But I can say I've tried it now, I've reviewed it now, and yeah, I'm not impressed, but it's not terrible. So yeah. Wouldn't dip it again, but, you know, you want to try it, try it. I can't tell you not to try it. Try everything once, as I always say. But yeah, that's been the review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And till then, take care.